YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila on the legendary West Rome campaign. Like, actually right where we left off. We're about ready to end the turn, though I probably ought to spend my money. Let's go ahead and start spending it to try and stabilize Narbo. I'm thinking we can get 3 buildings here. Let's go with the waterworks, a capital, and the forum. So we'll get all 3 of those, and we have 13 left. We can still put a field here, and then we can put a field there, and we will put some sheep flocks in both of those. Maybe one of them will be... Yeah, I think sheep flocks will work because we have an expansion here that we can do as well. So I can put a sheep flock in both, and then a wheat field in one. I mean, overall we're huge positive, but that's, I mean, we need that because we'll need it later on. We need to make this a sheep flock as well on the next turn. So just a couple things to note. Let's go ahead and end the turn. My emperor has some traits that we can give him. He is a governor, and he is governing in Italy, I believe. So in Italia. So let's go ahead and drop the corruption. That actually, you can see it pop our income up just a little bit. So nothing wrong with that. Out of favor. -1 personal influence per turn. Nice. -15% for the commander's aura when attacking on land. Indecisive attacker. This guy's not so great, but hey, whatever. We'll give him a chance. Patchy's a pretty bad leader sometimes himself, so I guess we can tolerate other bad leaders for now. The Caledonians sailing quite a few men south. And honestly, retaking Narbo and Aquileia should not only just give me more income, but it also should allow me to have like a buffer between there and Iberia, where if we start to get beaten, we can have like a fallback. Yep, these guys are sailing to Italy and moving in by land as well. So the Ostrogoths are kind of on a full push here. We're going to have to beat them down. Saxons, Caledonians, Britons, all kinds of people sailing down. The Sassanids have declared war on the East Romans. There's not much left of the East Romans at this point. I'm going to have to go ahead and enter war on the side of my ally. So I don't want to lose the East Roman allies yet. Looks like they're going to be lost, period. But we'll hold for now.
Your wisdom is renowned, and surely
I'm at war with so many people at this point. I'll take your 3,000, sure. I mean, I'm at war with pretty much the whole map. This might as well be a This Is Total War campaign for the most part. Not exactly, but pretty close. Markomans and the Quadians still not showing up for round 2, so we must have scared the... Oh, look at that. The idiot Maurians just sailed off into a big, like, attrition zone. So they're going to eat a bunch of attrition there. Macomades is being hit by the rebels there, so this is no concern of ours. Again, as long as these rebels stay in their province and don't move on to North Africa, we will be fine. Or the province of Africa. I think these guys are in the province of, like, Libya or something. Syria, maybe? I don't remember what it's called down there. No, it's not Syria. What am I thinking? It's Libya or Tripolitania or something like that is what they're going to call it. I think. Man, I kind of like how those rebels are chasing everybody off for me. I mean, I'm going to have to kill them later, but still somewhat useful. Okay, yeah, this is the other spot that I didn't really care about them taking over, so... I mean, I could probably beat these guys. But again, they're rebels. I don't think they're going to expand. I think they're rebels. Yeah, West Roman rebels. Is this part of the Civil War? They may expand, so we may have to go kill these guys eventually. Do I kill these guys or not? They do have the Onager. I get the extra Marines. They've got this Senora's unit. Well, heck. Yeah, I just don't feel like fighting this. Whatever. I should have done a balanced stance, by the way, but I don't think it would have made a ton of difference in the end. I may come back to regret that decision. We'll see. And let's see. Augusta Trevorum. Again, we could put up a pretty nasty defense with all the guys we have here, but these are just rebels, so whatever. Just give it to them, let them settle down and start getting attacked by all the other factions that roll through and get raided and all that other stuff. See how that impacts my income. Should be a little bit for both those places, but probably not a lot since I had torn down all the buildings. Actually, our income's up. Good. Where's the consumption at? It is in Iberia. That is not good. Could have seen that coming, though. Smallpox in Carthago Nova. Good. Rebellion imminent. Okay, not really worried about that. So we've got disease outbreaks. Let's see, where was that disease outbreak? I thought it was up here. Oh, yeah, it is. It's down here in this city, though. So it'll probably start spreading throughout the province, and that's going to hurt my public order for a few turns, too. Which is irritating. And then Carthago Nova's also got disease spreading. I cannot build... Well, I can actually put in a sanitation structure here. That'll help clear that up over the long run. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the extra money from the East Romans to get the war going. Let's take these guys out of forced march that we can't quite reach where we need to be. So I'm going to have to move down to here. Caesarea should start to stabilize quite a bit on the next turn as these two buildings are completed. So that'll be pretty big. This province is kind of slowing down in terms of public order too. Let's go ahead and upgrade to the theater here. What is this? Governor's house? Okay, good. You get quite a bit of boost from that. Local industry. Baetica is not super rich in terms of soil. Let's see what we got going on up here at Narbonnesis as well. So in the next turn we get the benefit of both of those. We need a sheep flock here. Let's go ahead and put that in. Let's do a field, and before we spend more money, let's take a look at this. So the Ostrogoths are probably wanting to drop in at Ravenna. So let's go ahead and drop down here. Let's go ahead and force march. Really, we can't march all the way to Vienna. Or Ravenna. That is frustrating. I can't recruit now either. Oh, let's just see what happens for the old Seekers of Glory. Ravenna should have a pretty decent garrison here as well. It does. We could do some pretty serious damage with that, depending on what the Ostrogoths are up to. We're only 18 out of 20 here. Hire mercenaries. Is there any worthwhile mercenaries here? Just extra hurlers? Could come in handy at this point. I mean, I'd rather have more cavalry here. Can we recruit cavalry? No. And there's no mercenary cavalry. Those mercenaries are a bit more expensive than if I did train like more Sagittari or something. I mean, the skirmishers, we can do a lot of damage with these guys if we get them in the right spot. So let's just go ahead and recruit them. Should be good. We've already got more rebels here. Thinking I'm going to let the rebels go one more turn, and then I'll hit them with this army because it'll drop the public order penalties quite a bit. We're going to be in position to subjugate the Maurians on the next turn. Ooh, we're losing public order here too, and I hadn't realized it. Crap. We're losing it fairly quick too. Not too many turns and we're going to be at a point of rebellion. Can't do any more governors right now, I don't believe. No, we're 4-4 governors. Well, this building right here is sanitizing the province, which is nice, but we're not getting any public order boost. So I wonder how many turns it would take me. Switch over and I get +2 public order. That slows it down. It does not fix it. That's irritating. I almost kind of think that we have to just tear the sanitation building down. Yeah, we're going to have to. Well, that's not going to help either. So when did we get this one? A +5? Crap. We're going to have to deal with a bit of a rebellion in that province. I wonder if we hire a general here and then, like, just get a couple of cheap troops, if it will make a big difference. Commercial buildings, governed province, +1. Both these guys are political animals, apparently. Let's reinstate the legacy of this legion. And do it there. And let's see what happens when we garrison this guy. It goes down to -1. And if we put a small garrison at Comitatensis Spears here, that will probably help us stabilize them. That's good enough for now. Tarentum's happy. Ravenna's happy. We're happy here. Good. Alright. Just trying to make sure I manage this as best I can at the moment. Getting a lot of public order problems, and it's partly due to the fact that religion is kind of all out of kilter. We are gaining steam, though, in terms of Roman paganism, which will allow us to convert, but we have to get all the way up to 35%. Once we do, you know, we can try and take advantage of the benefits that we get from that, and there will be some. Let's just let's spend what little money we have left and end the turn. Let's go ahead and maybe put the sheep flock in here in Italy. We've got a little bit of money left too. So the sanitation's not good here. We should probably spend the money on a waterworks, which we do not have enough, so let's do that on the next turn. So we'll just save a little bit of money. Let's see what happens on this turn in. Caledonian's still sailing south. We're going to have a lot of enemies down there soon. It's a good thing I have an army nearby. Let's see what the Ostrogoths... Ooh, the Ostrogoths are going to maybe double up on Aquileia here with both armies. One coming in, though, is seasick. The other's reinforcing via land. The seasick army, we can jack up some of their units. So, like, all these Germanic warband are going to be... Ooh, no. These Gothic warband are going to be the scary ones. Yeah, these Gothic warband are a bit scary. But we've got quite a few troops here. Quite a few levies amaturae. We can... And these ballistari. We should be able to cause some pretty substantial damage. Plus the garrison that we get. I get to control the large army. So I think we'll be okay, actually. I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. This is going to be huge. We have the potential to give the Ostrogoths a crushing defeat here. And if I can take out a couple of ships full of the Gothic warband, or either their general and then like a ship of Gothic warband, that would be great. And we'll use our ballistari to try and pick off the enemy general on land. And if we can do that, we should substantially weaken the resolve of these troops. Our cavalry is going to have to be saved for an absolute, extremely timely scenario. Let's see. There's a Gothic warband that we certainly want to kill, and I want to get those Germanic nobles as well, because all these guys are seasick. So I'm going to run the risk, because we have so many garrison troops, of going ahead and using my navy aggressively. We've got 3 areas we want to defend here. We could try and defend the towers because we have so many men, like defend them from getting to our towers. It's going to be trickier, though, because there's a lot more room, and there's a lot more room for them to shoot at me. The towers do consistent damage, but I got a ton of skirmishers, and I don't want to risk that. Let's put that barricade up, just because we can. If they're going to tear it down, we'll defend it. Do we have 2 barricades or 1? Let's go... Just looks like 1. Yeah, 1 barricade, so we're good. Got it. Let's take the army. Armigere Defensores. These guys have a testudo and a shield wall. And the shield wall is key because this is going to give us +10 versus infantry. The testudo is better versus missiles, but still, +10 is nice. I don't know which direction the rest of the enemy is going to come from. Let's just kind of get our guys stacked up here in the town center. Let's take our fire at will units off fire at will until I decide they need to be on fire at will. Levies Amaturae. We can do a ton of damage with some of these units. Levies Amaturae. Oh, we have 4 cavalry units too, because I forgot about my garrison. So we got a lot of cavalry units to do damage with. Some of these are not guerrilla deploy, though. Let's hide our scout equites here. Germanic warband that we can, or the mounted warband that we can put out there. What is this? Setatari. Let's pull them up here. We've got a Palatina guard as well, which does have shield wall. Not a very strong unit in terms of offensive capabilities, but should be somewhat tanky if we have to rely on it. Hopefully we do not. We got the Legio. The Legio have the Plumbata darts. Let's put them there, and I'm thinking about throwing a Levies Amature right here, so that if the AI does get stupid enough to come up into this gap, we can do some pretty serious damage to him. And I'm actually going ahead and thinking, let's go ahead and put... Let's save spears just in case. Let's put one spear unit up in the defensive testudo. And each one, actually these are the Comita Tenseis that come with my army, so let's hold them back. Let's use our garrison Comita Tensei spears. Let's hold this to start with. And there's a reason for the madness here, so be patient with me. I know it's a long deployment, but... There we go. Just put those guys there. And we will back those guys up with the Armigeri Defensores, so that we can stop cavalry charges without taking the losses on our Defensores. Let's go ahead and start the battle here. We're going to immediately board that Gothic warband and go for their general with my other boat. So let's just keep an eye on where their general's headed to. If we can kill their general in this one and one of the Gothic warbands, that's a big boost. Gothic warband is very offensively capable infantry. Even to the point where it scares me having the Armigeri Defensores. The Armigeri are tankier, but the Gothic warband have a brutal charge and attack. We are going to kill these guys. I would say almost certainly. And I'm going to get their general. These guys are seasick. They'll be suffering from that, as will their general. So this is very good for me here. Use the whip, melee defense, freeze fatigue. Let's go ahead and use it. Okay. AI's reinforcements are just coming in over here. That should get... Man, we still may not beat that Gothic warband. Woo! These guys are shaking. As long as we kill the Germanic nobles even, that would be a huge boost. But those Gothic warband, this is what I'm talking about right here. You've seen the way that these units normally crumble underneath my light marines. My light marines are getting beaten by a seasick group of the Gothic warband. Now you know why I don't want these guys on land. Both are wavering. Yep, my guys routed first.
This is a shameful display.
Man, are we not going to beat the Germanic noble either? Normally we have an easy time beating these units. At least we beat the crap out of that Gothic warband. The Germanic noble is going to rout, it looks like. Oh, these guys came back from routing. Go after him again. Hit him a second time. Okay, all the reinforcements are going to come on over here. Let's take all this cavalry and just go hide it somewhere. Like way off to the back.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Oh, really? Their general survived? What a bunch of garbage. Okay, ignore the Gothic warband. Go for the general. Ah, they routed too. Well, what a bunch of horse crap. Oh well, whatever. We tried. We weakened those units substantially to where they should die pretty easily later. The cavalry is going to be key. We need to save it for late game. These Gothic warband, I'll just have to make them the target of some Levies Amature. And let's get some of that lined up. So let's get these Levies Amature. Let's put some on the walls right there. And let's put some more on the walls right there. And let's put these ones on the wall right there so that we can deal quite a bit of damage. Let's get some Armigeri ready in a couple of defensive locations. Okay, this Legio is going to get a chance to throw everything you got right here. Let's just give it to these guys. Go ahead and kill a bunch of their men. And then I'm lining up Levies Amature to kill units that walk past me over here. Yeah, these guys took a thrashing. And they're going to continue to take a thrashing. Let's take this crossbow unit and maybe put it over on the wall right here. See if we can use it to some good effect. And let's put our Sagittari over here and just see if we can get these guys in a good position. I'm going to put all of my guys into Testudos just to keep them safe from missiles. And I'll put them in the proper formation as needed. Okay, this cavalry is going to die up against my spears, so I'm not going to waste my Levies Amaturae volleys. Over here, the Levies Amaturae have racked up a ton of kills. Been extremely useful. Let's take this Legio and pull back. Take these guys out of Testudo and go up here. So we can throw more javelins. Yeah, that cavalry is going to get straight wrecked. My towers are going to fall, but they'll do some damage on the way down. Then my cavalry is back here just kind of waiting. These guys have soaked up some enemy skirmish fire too, so they've been triple useful. 215 kills. These Legio are getting a lot of kills. These guys got 69 kills with their ammo. Yeah, we're doing a ton of damage with just the javelins. Okay, right here. Open it up. Open it up. Gothic Warband or Germanic Nobles. Even better. Let them have it. I'm going to save the ammo. Well, actually, I'm not going to save the ammo on these guys because I'm under fire from archers. Let's throw it before they die and we don't get to use it. Those Germanic Nobles are taking some pretty heavy fire there. And let's go ahead and just open up with both these units too. I'm going to go into, let's go into a barrage and heavy shot. Should get some very nice kills here. I'm going to go into shield wall and I'm just going to back the spears out of this fight after they take the charge. Okay, that is great news. That is great news. That's going to hurt the morale of the Ostrogoths quite badly. My guys are in Testudo over here. Let's take this spear unit before it gets completely wrecked and pull back up behind the spear-walled Defensores. They're going to get pretty wrecked just retreating from there, but lots more infantry coming in. Let's do the same thing here. Okay, there we go. The Defensores, these Ballistari have racked up 96 kills already. 101 kills there, 134 kills there. So, I mean, my skirmishers are paying dividends here. Let's get... Yeah, they're paying huge dividends. And these Armigeri Defensores ought to be in a pretty good position to do some wreckage. These guys are not on fire at will, and they should be. Let's activate our cavalry. Ooh, I don't know, there's still some spears back here, but we can probably deal with the spears. Let's go ahead and start bringing cavalry up. We are getting kills, but taking losses here, too. Thinking whether or not I should risk firing my Ballistari into this blob over here. Okay. These guys are just keeping the enemy fixated over here, which that's actually a good deal. We need rear charges here because they are going to overwhelm these units. Let's get our most capable rear charging unit, which is the Mounted Warband. And let's make a run for the back of this blob. And let's bring the Scout Equites over here and try and get to the skirmishers. And I don't need to forget about these Scout Equites either and get them killed. Let's bring another Armigeri over here and put it into shield wall. Just to have backup. We're going to be getting hit hard over here. Okay, these guys can... Let's just let those Levies Amaturae take some more fire. Okay, over here, quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go. Get to the archers, get to the archers. Get down here and rear charge the blob. We've got the archers pinned up, and we should be able to rear charge this blob. And we are actually getting some pretty nice kills, considering that we're on Legendary against some very capable units. The Germanic Warband and the Gothic Warband on Legendary are brutal. And so these Armigeri are definitely proving their value in combat here. Let's take those guys off fire at will. We were probably getting kills on the Ballistari too. There are 154 kills. I'm going to take them off fire at will just for a minute to save my guys. Yeah, the Ballistari were firing into this group and getting some very nice kills. Let's see, we should be... Got 94 kills already right there. Oh yeah, our Scout Equites tore up this whole skirmisher blob back here. We're starting to get a big waiver, and this mounted Germanic warband has racked up 120 kills. Armigeri Defensori is holding out like beast over there.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
Hey, I thought I gave you guys attack orders here. I think I did, actually. These Germanic brigands are holding out longer than I'd like. Those archers should insta-rout. Yeah, the Germanic warband broke everything over here, and we can now chase these routing units. Stop firing. Let's actually bring these guys over here and get ready to use them. Same thing with the Ballistari. That Ballistari has been absolutely crucial. Chase these units. Chase them. Chase them. Hunt them down. Destroy them. Oh, the Gothic warbands already came back. So just get out of here. If we can hit them from multiple directions, actually, it'll work. So now go ahead and hit the Gothic warband. Go ahead and roll around here. Yeah, sorry I can't get close-ups. I'm just trying to really stay focused here. Getting a lot of kills on the Armigeri Defensores, being extremely useful. Our Testudos are holding out fairly well over here. Get into the back of these guys, please. And get into the back of these guys. There we go. Our cavalry is going to be able to just kind of murder these units as they try and regroup. Let's try and get the Ballistari in somewhere useful. Let's pull them up over here. See if we can get some kills on these units. Man, even with the generals dead, these Ostrogoths are... They're putting up a fight, but they're going to lose. This is going to be a massive loss for them. And it's going to potentially give me the opportunity to turn around and stomp out their faction leader. Let's get over here and see if we can rear charge this blob out of existence. My mounted warband is going to take out the rest of those Germanic warband. Let's rear charge this Gothic warband. Actually, we're going to have to get the skirmishers because they came out against me. Skirmishers ought to die pretty quick. This whole blob is wavering. Their step-mounted bows are chasing me, but that's not really a big concern. Let's start bringing the Germanic mounted warband over to get these skirmishers. And let's bring up the Ballistari, put them on the walls. Just get over here. And I will activate fire at will for now. Okay, their guys are starting to scatter over here. This is good news. Good news. Just need to rear charge a few more of these units and it'll pretty much be GG. Except it's the AI, so I don't really think anything they do is good. Let's just make sure we stay out of range of those archers. Okay, Scout Equites, just keep pushing in over here. We just got to rout these levy. Ballistari are in position over here. All their troops are wavering, and we're just going to ride them down. We're going to ride down all those archers. Okay, Scout Equites keep pushing. Yeah, their guys are kind of wavering back and forth, so Ballistari, fire at will. Barrage these guys. Just get as many kills as you can. Just be completely absurd. 177 kills, and I haven't even used them the whole battle either. They've been crucial. Some of these Armigeri Defensores, 104 kills there, 83, 91, 162. Very good numbers considering they're up against... Ooh, that's a mounted warband. Crap, I didn't want to get tanked. Oh, good, they routed. We got lucky there. Alright, so I'm going to take these guys off fire at will now. Yeah, let's see. Start chasing these guys. Germanic hurlers. Just get all my cavalry on the move, chasing down routing units. So the Ostrogoths have learned a hard lesson here that Roman morale and resolve is strong, despite the state of the outer edges of the what was left of the outer edges of the empire. And the Roman resolve here was not broken. And now the Ostrogoths are going to pay a massive price. Get all the way up here to the front, please. Chase these units up front. Go ahead and chase those. Let's fast forward for a second. Just make sure our cavalry are getting up to the fronts of these lines, which they are struggling. I don't want these guys to get to the red line. Let's go. Just get up here. Come on. Get up here. Yeah, they're all hung up on the other units as they flee. 30, 40 actually keep after that one. What do we got over here? Germanic brigands, Gothic warband. Just mop up whatever you can mop up at this point. Some of their units are going to make it off the edge of the map. Ah, those bows got away over there too. It's frustrating. We got a bunch of the guys that were routing. Not all of them by any means, but just hunt down what we can hunt down. Let's go get those brigands. These guys are about to escape off the map, but it's just one unit, so it's not a big deal. Those are only 4 men. What's this over here? 8 men. Yeah, they're all pretty low numbers, so we should have had a pretty successful battle just completely destroying the Ostrogoths here. They lost 3,900 men in that attack to my 628. That's awesome. Those are some good numbers right there. This general survived. I don't really know how, but he must have routed and took off. All we lost was a levies amature for our effort there. If I take on warriors, I can replenish 7% of my men. I didn't really gain a lot of chevronage. Yeah, we did a little bit on my cavalry. Not a ton. I'm going to go ahead and take on the warriors because I'm hoping if this unit doesn't fall back too far, I want to kill that stack in its entirety. No, they're going to flee. But whatever, we just dealt a mortal blow to the Ostrogoths there. There is no doubt about it that they are going to feel that one. So this is definitely proof that the armies we've recruited here are much better. Much better. Because that was a substantial Ostrogoth force. And as soon as we start getting Ballistari into some of these as well, we can really wreck on enemy units in the sieges like that.
The gods speak through thunder
Yes!
and storm.
I asked for this earlier and you didn't want it. I would be glad to have this, Swabians. I gave you the land to hopefully have you not hate me, so appreciate the not hating me. It's actually quite nice to see the AI doing something smart with the with their diplomacy, which you don't see very often. It's like the White Huns moving around over there, I guess. I don't know what in the world the White Huns are up to. Sassanids are going to just finish off what little remnant of the Eastern Empire there was. Oh, look at this. The Quadians trying to move up and pick up the scraps. What a bunch of crotchwads. These guys are absolute buttholes. So it's okay. I've got a ton of cavalry, and the reason why we need it is because these guys are packing 3 Ballistari right here. Their spear units are going to die against my Armigeri Defensores. They're going to die in droves. So buffs or not on Legendary, they're going to die. So as long as I can just get to those crossbows, the Quadians will be beaten back with big losses here. And what I want to do is try and get this army to sally forth, even if it's just for one turn, and go like completely raze one of their cities to the ground. Anyway, that's all the time I have. We'll have to fight this one next time. So Aquileia becomes like our defensive point here, and it's going to work out very well. Hope you all enjoyed this. HeirofCarthage signing.